Welcome back to another episode of the Bamboo Season Podcast. I'm your host, sober wellness coach Dorian Warmsley, the podcast where you hear stories of resilience, transformation, growth, all to help you feel inspired and uplifted through your journey in this hard ghetto world sometimes. My guest today, I don't know. I got her bio, but I was like, you know what? I don't know what a mystic is. I don't know. We got tarot, we got healing, she guides, divine, feminine, a lot of good stuff. I bring you Pamela. Is it the priestess?
We can go with Priestess Pamela.
Priestess Pamela.
Yeah, but Instagram, yeah, Pamela the priestess.
Okay.
I'm not the only one. Just an Instagram handle.
You're not the only one what?
Priestess.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I use priestess as a title as opposed to you did refer to me as a witch earlier before we started recording. But
I didn't say you were. I said it was witch vibes.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the earring? What is that? Turn? What is that? Scorpio?
Yes, it's a Scorpio.
Are you a Scorpio?
I have a Scorpio moon.
Okay. So I just gave you mine and you like freaked out and you're like, oh my God, you are here and we need you in the world. We need people like you. I'm like, what? Really? Damn. I never knew.
Oh, what a Gemini moon of you.
There it is.
For you to say.
So Aries rising, Aries sun, Gemini moon.
Yeah. Yeah, you already knew that. So you have an interest in astrology.
I dated a woman like you before.
Oh, okay. Like you.
Yeah. So that's why I said the witch vibes.
There's no one like me, Dorian.
I know about the crystals, the tarot.
Okay.
The afterlife, the before life.
So you dated a priestess, a divine feminine.
Very divine. I don't know. She was very much, and I was much younger at the times, years ago, and she was very heavy into the signs. Like all I knew at that time was just your astrology. I'm Aries. But she was more into the birth chart and tarot, crystals, giving offerings to Ashun and Orisha and all that. Yeah, so she had
I love it.
Yeah, so at the time I was new to it.
How lucky for you to be exposed.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie. If I was exposed to that later in life, I probably would have appreciated it more, understood it more. But to me, I was like, I used to tell her like, that room with all the stuff, close it before I go to bed.
Oh.
I used to be scared.
When's her birthday?
She's a Capricorn.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
But she moved on. She now is a DJ in
cool.
in the UK. But I recently saw on social media, we're so cool.
Yeah.
She's back into her tarot readings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
How cool. She sounds rad.
She was a good woman. It was definitely different.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to you. We're talking about my dating life.
I mean,
go ahead.
The divine feminine will bring a lot of this into men's worlds, into the divine masculine as well. So yeah, we need it. We need more magic. We need more mysticism.
So tell us, Pam, Ella, that's from The Office. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yes. I know all the Pam references. Yeah.
Pam. There's an N at the end. Ever seen Step Brothers?
Actually, no. Although I had an ex who'd always reference that, and I was like, I refuse to watch this movie.
It's so good. Anywho,
yeah.
So give us a breakdown. It'll be long-winded, but who are you? What is it you do? Because I read your bio and I was like, okay, I kind of get it, but I don't know how to express it.
Yeah. So I've been into the esoteric, mystic world like my whole life. I was always connected to the divine as childhood. And I always tell people like, go to your earliest memories because that's like a lot of your core, right? Before we got infiltrated by our experience, by other things. And so like my earliest memories, I'm like playing outside. I grew up in Michigan until I was 9 and just connecting with the earth. And I love The Little Mermaid, which has a lot of significance for me now. And just, my babcia, my grandmother, babcia is, I'm Polish, from Polish ancestry. So
are you?
Yeah. So my babcia, which is grandmother in Polish, gave me a crystal collection. And she taught me about the magic of life. Like she would be like, people hide money in the rose bushes, and I would find money in the rose bushes, because she probably hid them. So always like interested in that. And then as I got older, of course, like with popular culture, like The Craft in the 90s and like things like that, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And then I really explored more of my spirituality at the end of high school, going into college. I got my first tarot card deck, which I actually brought with me. When I was 17, I bought one. And I really just wanted to learn. I was so intrigued. And I started reading for my own readings, and then I started reading for others. I was studying it, got really into astrology, yoga, meditation. So I started traveling the world on a spiritual journey, trying to discover more, like what was I interested in. And, I did pull up your human design as well. And human design is also tied with astrology and Kabbalah, I Ching, the chakras. So
Namaste.
When I found out my profile, which is a 6-2, I realized, the first third of my life, I was meant to explore like different modalities. So really into discovery. And I love it. And learning more about my personal astrology, I realized, I have a lot of planets in my 12th house. And that shows like, you have a natural interest in spirituality and the esoteric. So it all works. It's all connected. And I love it. I love connecting with others through it. I love healing. I love discovery. I feel like the astrology happening now is so potent to see, because a lot of people are feeling lost. They're feeling disoriented with what's happening, but it's actually all in perfect timing as part of our evolution. So it's all connected, right? We're not separate from the stars. We're not separate from the cosmos. Like we're all the same. We're all made of the same things. So I find it fascinating.
Yeah, me too. I'm definitely open to all and everything. I'm very a curious person. I love knowing things. I try not to be too, I do this just because I'm Aries, or blame everything just on my zodiac. It's crazy because when I read it, sometimes there are things that are spot on and hit on. I'm like, damn, how does this really know? Like, it's quite interesting. Some things are very far-fetched, but maybe it's my own bias of not wanting those things to be, because, with Aries, they're seen as bold and hard-headed and fiery and all those things, which I guess I kind of am. Fuck. But you get what I'm saying, I think. What also is interesting is how they say, like the Aztecs, right? And all that already had their own calendar, and right? They had their own astrology, or
there's Mayan astrology.
Mayan. Have you ever been to Mayan ruins?
I have.
Where?
Outside of Tulum.
In Mexico?
Yes.
Isn't it crazy?
It's incredible. Yeah.
Right? I mean, crazy in a good way. I don't mean like, I went to Guatemala earlier this year.
Oh.
And went to the Mayan ruins. Man, it's life-changing.
What happened to you?
I got to walk on it. Like, it's just the idea of, you see it on TV, video, but when you see it in person, I don't know what year they were alive and did it, but it's just to think. They didn't have what we have now, technology-wise, but then you see these pyramids and these structures. How?
Yeah.
I mean, the walls were just, and they're so high up, and there were so many different temples. I went into 5, 6 different temples. And when at the very top of one of them, I think it was temple number 4, you can look out and you can see all the other ones. You can see the sacrificial, like, mountain things they had. And there's 60,000 structures there that they're not, what's the word? They didn't dig for them yet. But when they did the scan and all that, that's like I was telling us, there's 60,000 across. So it's a whole Las Vegas, if not bigger.
Yeah.
And it's just so crazy. It was just so, reminds you how small we are in this whole big world of things sometimes. Like seeing it in person, like, it made me want to go see the other wonders of the world, like it was just crazy. That's all I could put it as. It was just wild, and be able to walk on it, and like, and I'm complaining. I'm like, damn, it's hot. My feet hurt. And I'm like, then I thought about, I'm like, wow, they built all this in this heat with no shoes.
Well, you're opening like a whole can of words, Dorian, because
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, there's so many. I mean, this is like kind of going in another direction, to be honest, because there's so much conspiracy with like who built those things, right?
Oh,
like,
ancient aliens.
Like, and also like the Egyptian pyramids, like the new discoveries with the tunnels being underneath them, right? Which is just like incredible. Yeah, there's a lot. I've been to Stonehenge and the accuracy of that.
Oh, wow.
Right?
You've been there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the one thing that always is shocking is the connection of, this isn't no fucking Joe Rogan podcast. We need to shift out of this for a second.
I don't know, is it?
We will, but hold on. But the connection that, how the heck did they build the pyramids, Central South America, and then the same thing in Egypt?
Well,
isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
There's a...
All right, but anyways, let's get back to you. People are gonna be like, "Damn, this has turned into a fucking conspiracy podcast."
I love this stuff, but I'm also like, it's also not my expertise, but I find it fascinating.
Either.
Absolutely,
it is. No, I just the message I'm getting at is it's just fascinating, and it was great to see. Back to you, Miss Pamela, Priestess. So, how long, or not how long? The work you do, who is it you help?
So, well, actually, it's interesting. Sorry, going back to what you were just saying about the ancient ruins. A lot, because I was like, wait, there was something else. So the priestess title that I've self-appointed / I was part of a group of women that we took on this.
The craft? Those kind of vibes?
Not witch, more healers.
Okay.
But different modalities as well. I mean, witch is part of it. We all probably call ourselves witches too, but different things. And I had this vision of like the ancient temples and the women that were the priestesses within these temples and being healers, and how our world's just shifted so much from that time, you know, in the last few thousands of years, like how much has shifted and how out of balance we are. So that was a lot of why I took on the title of priestess, because I'm owning it. I'm owning that I want to be a sacred spiritual leader / guide. And I go back and forth with that title leader, because I think we do need leaders, but also guides, because I want to always guide back whoever I'm working with back to themselves as their own sense of authority. Right? Because we all have everything within ourselves to go through this lifetime. Of course, we're influenced by others, our environment, and other people. But at the end of the day, like, you are creating your life. You are creating your reality. So that's what I hope to bring to those I work with. But I work mostly, I say I work mostly with the divine feminine, but I do have also male clients, divine masculine clients, and
what is it you help them with, or what they come to you for?
They come to me for different things. One of my clients is going through a life transition. So he's been working in a certain very corporate job for his whole adult life, and he's nearing 50, and he wants to change his lifestyle a bit, live in nature, do more artistic endeavors. And so he's talking to me about manifesting. So we're working on that together every week. We meet on Zoom. And then I have clients all ages. I do have a lot, mostly I would say younger clients that are going through transition with being a divine feminine, figuring out how they're going through life with their jobs, in their romantic pursuits, and
I have a question. So what about the women who struggle with balancing out their masculinity and femininity? You know, like there's some women who might be more masculine but they want to be, right? Like they want to be more feminine, but just through life experiences, it's caused them to have that shield up. And do you work with people like that?
Yeah, I am that person.
Are you? So you are that now, or you were, or are you getting through it?
I think, you know, life's always a journey, right? So we go through periods where we need to maybe lean more into the masculine, lean more into the feminine, or find more of that balance. I owned a cocktail bar for most of my adult life.
Did you really?
So it was like I was very in my masculine.
In Las Vegas?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the Arts District.
What was it
downtown? It's called Velveteen Rabbit. It's still there.
Okay.
So my sister took it over.
Oh, gotcha.
So we opened it together, and especially back then, because we opened in 2013.
Oh, wow. It's been open for a while.
Yeah. And then it was like over 2 years before it opened. I didn't know anyone that owned a bar or restaurant that was a woman. I only had men, older men. So now it's more common, which is cool. It's so cool to see like women owning bars and restaurants and like really in that space. But at the time I didn't really know, first of all, how to be a boss, how to own a business, and then have employees. And so I was really stepping into that divine masculine. So I'm finding it now, oh, okay, like that's comfortable. And I see a lot of women in that space, right? Because, you know, this generation more than any other generation, we're educated, we are going out, we're pursuing different jobs, we're still able to be, you know, partners and mothers, and we're trying to do it all. And that's not what this world is really made for. We're not really meant to do it all, right? And so I think everyone's having a difficult time with that, like everyone. We're all like kind of just are unbalanced with both of our masculine and feminines within all of us.
Wait, what? Hold on. I heard all that's great, but I asked about you.
Oh, how
so you, I'm saying the question is, are you currently working through balancing out your masculinity and femininity, or you've gotten past that? You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sorry. Yes. I'm always working on it.
Okay.
And yes, and that is something I do work with personally with my clients. I had a client who's doing a lot of fertility, working a lot through fertility with IVF for a while, has not been successful. And, you know, that can be a very masculine energy to take on because, you know, you're administering, you know, hormones daily. It's not an easy process. You feel like you have to take action. You have to make it happen. And the feminine is in surrender, right? So it's like allowing things to happen. It's not just not taking action. It's taking aligned to action, but it's also being in that surrender and receiving energy. And it was actually remarkable because we started working together maybe a month ago, a little over a month. And she was getting really frustrated, you know, wasn't successful. And so we've been really working on the softness, on the surrender and the receiving, while still, you know, doing, you know, the IVF protocol. And she received amazing news last week that she had an embryo, which has never happened before. So she's like, and her energy has shifted dramatically. So I think it's something you have to be very intentional on. Okay, like how can I, in certain areas, surrender a little bit more? How can I take aligned action in other areas? How can I soften? But yeah, it's something I continuously work at.
Was there something in your past that occurred for you to bring up the masculinity more that you could think of at least?
I think, I mean, obviously the business, really, I had to step into a different frequency and energy with that. And I just think it's like different events over time, right? Like I moved to Tokyo, Japan by myself when I was younger. And I felt like I really had to like strengthen and lean more into my masculine there as well, because I was alone. I didn't know anyone in a foreign country. And then also I found myself in Argentina working on a sustainable living project, also in my masculine. So I see myself like taking these actions and very like go, 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 achieve, you know, initiate, and just like keep going and not really being more in that receptive surrender energy. So
what was the earliest memory you could think of that might have caused this? Not caused, but
oh,
yeah,
sure.
I guess the word I'll use.
Interesting. Earliest memory of that. That's a really good question, Dorian.
Thank you. I'm working on my questions.
I don't think I've thought of this before. That's interesting. I would have to really like go back. Yeah, for sure. Maybe, I can't think of a specific one. Yeah.
Well, how was your childhood growing up?
It was good. You know, it was really sweet. Like I said, I was in Michigan, and that was
What city?
Nice. North of Detroit, a very small town. It's
8
actually
Mile. I knew you was out there. Okay.
Have you been to Detroit?
Hell no.
Oh, really?
No disrespect to my Detroit people if they're out there. No, I don't have no.
Oh,
I have
it's
no.
cool.
I've heard that.
Detroit's
so
cool.
In my head, I have no pull to go to Detroit. But when I said to somebody one time, one of my clients actually, because she goes there pretty often for her business, and she said like she thought the same thing. But when she goes, she loves it. The culture there is amazing. The people. I think it just gets a bad rap through the world news and things, what you think of it. A friend of mine, she's from a city just outside of Detroit too. I forgot the name. All I know is that it was very white and racist where she was from.
Oh.
I forgot the name. But yeah.
Royal Oak?
Maybe. I don't know.
That's where I was born.
Oh, it makes sense.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know it enough anymore, but
so you grew up in Michigan. Yeah, how's family life? Father around, siblings, mom?
Well, like I said, so all my family is from Poland. So my dad
Parents
immigrated.
Oh, really?
So my dad immigrated from Poland to New Jersey, and then he met my mom in Michigan because that's where he went to graduate school.
Is she Polish too?
So my mom is also Polish, but she was
What are
born
the odds?
but she was born in Michigan. They met at like a Polish event.
Oh, never mind. Polish music festival. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. I thought it was just
it was
random
like
Arby's
there
or
were
something.
like Polish people hanging out. I mean, there's a lot in Michigan.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Yeah, a lot. And on the East Coast.
So your last name is Polish.
It is. Yeah.
That makes sense. I have somebody I know, her last name is Herzog.
Okay.
I think it's Herzog.
Oh, interesting.
And
Okay.
she's Polish Jewish.
Okay.
Because I saw her last name one time and I was like, what's your back? I'm curious. I'm like, what's your background? She told me, oh, Polish, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh. And now the Og at the end.
Yeah. I met a man recently, an older gentleman at my friend's party, because my name doesn't sound typically Polish because people think like the ski is the Polish, which it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like my mom's maiden name is Sigelski. So, but with DeLong, it's dialect, but the Polish is DeLong. And I met this gentleman, he was like 70s from Poland. And I told him my last name and he's like, oh yeah, that's super common in Poland. I was like, yeah, I know. But in America, I'm the only one, like no other family has our last name in the country.
Wow.
It's a very...
You out here.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Good. Yeah. So you can find me quite easily on the internet. Whereas other people, they have more, But anyway, so my parents, they grew up. They're still married. They're over 40 years.
Wow.
And I had an older sister who was from my mom's a previous relationship. And then she met my father, and then he had me. And then my younger sister ended up opening the cocktail bar together. But very like, I feel like immigrants, at least in my experience, try to assimilate to be American and what that looks like. My dad, he went up the corporate ladder. He got educated. He was the first educated person in his family. And my mom stayed at home and raised us. And And then we ended up here for a job my dad had.
How long have you been in Vegas now?
So I moved here when I was 13, and then so it's been a long time.
What do you think, if there was something that triggered you to want to start working towards your spiritual journey?
So I grew up very Catholic.
Okay.
So very Catholic.
Are Polish people Catholic?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, it was like Jewish and Catholic.
Okay.
Yeah. And so my family was affected by World War II, and then they ended up leaving.
Oh, okay.
On my mom's side, actually, they were forced labor for a German family. Very Catholic. So I went to Catholic school.
Oh.
And yes, I was an altar girl. So I worked with the priests. I helped them do their mass. And then when I went to college, as I think a lot of kids do at that time, right? Like you're exposed to more people. I didn't even know what a Mormon was until I moved to Las Vegas. And I was like, oh, what is this religion? I never heard of it. And so, high school, you're starting to meet more people, I guess, and you have a larger view. And then when I went to school, I went to UNLV, and everything started dissipating like really quickly, as I think that happens around that age. Like you're exposed to more circumstances, you meet more people, and your views of reality do start to shift. And so then I became atheist. I was like, I don't believe in God. I went towards the other end of the spectrum because I found out, oh, there's like corruption within the Catholic Church. I never considered that before. Yeah. I never questioned anything, like ever. And then I was questioning everything. And then I realized and then I had a shift. And I think a lot of this happened on the collective consciousness, at least in the United States, when The Secret came out and then Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth came out in The Power of Now. And especially when I read A New Earth, that was a huge part of my conscious awakening. So I started doing yoga, but yoga was more of like just on the physical asana, like movement. And then I read A New Earth, and then that's when I manifested moving to Tokyo, Japan, and I started realizing the power that I had to create my life, and that I was no longer a victim of my circumstances, that whatever's in my life is actually for me. It's not happening to me, it's happening for me. And then I started really playing with that energy, and then I just like kept going with it. Does that answer your question?
I don't remember the question, but
I'm like, what was the question?
I don't remember.
Okay.
What I will say is The Secret. I read that, and at probably one of the hardest times in my life, and that book was good. It subconsciously helped me shift my mindset on certain things in life, and just more. It helped me believe I'm more in control of things within my control. Does that make sense? I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I can't control what happens in the outside world or anything, but I control how I approach things.
Yeah.
And help me take a lot of accountability during that time period. And it was a real good book, I thought. And I didn't watch the movie, but I think it was great. If you take within context, like I don't think I'm gonna manifest $1 million. It's gonna happen. But I understood your thoughts become a reality.
I think it was an opening.
Yeah.
It opened the door.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a lot of missing pieces with The Secret. I think the law of attraction is one of the laws, but there's a lot of other laws with manifesting, for sure. And you have to go into some deep. The thing is with The Secret, you don't really actually go into any shadow work, which is a huge part of the work I do.
What is shadow work?
Shadow work is confronting parts of yourself that you want to hide. And it's the darker parts of us. And I think that's what we're really missing right now in society, is we're not integrating our shadow. We're seeing the shadow outside of ourselves. We're not recognizing it within ourselves. And therefore, we're never going to be able to fully heal if we're not recognizing, number one, that we each have a shadow side. And what the messiest, darkest parts we see in others also exist within ourselves. And then to integrate it, to recognize that it does exist and that we need to integrate it into our lives and heal it from that space. And you can't just manifest $1 million if you don't truly believe that you can, number one. And you have to recognize that you have power, right? And recognize, okay, also what are my blocks in preventing me from thinking I do deserve that, or it is for me?
Do you think when it comes to the shadow work, people are aware of the messy, dark stuff and they just don't want to confront it, or they don't know?
Both.
Okay.
I think there's just such a spectrum right now with everyone's journey. I can't say, I don't really like speaking in generalities either, but yeah, I think some people are very unaware, very unconscious. They're sleeping. And then there's some people that maybe recognize a little bit, okay, yeah, maybe, but like, no, they're worse than I am. I'm not like them.
You think it's shame?
I think shame's a huge part of it. Yeah. Yes. Yes. It's actually something I'm actively working on right now, is to really owning my shame.
What?
Really owning my shame.
What's causing your shame?
I'm sorry?
What's causing your shame? What is it based from or rooted from?
I think for me, like, because I was trying to go to a deep memory, like you were saying earlier about that moment where you realize you have to like be more in your masculine, right? And so for me, shame's always just been the heaviest energy or the most powerful energy since childhood, because I was bullied a lot. And so I was always shamed for who I was. And part of my journey is really owning who I am and not worrying about being validated or accepted, but really validating and accepting myself, which I think is the deeper lesson for everyone right now.
Why? Now, if you know why were you bullied? Because you're Polish? Because you're a girl?
I think I was just like a nerd. I wasn't very pretty. I had a lot of, I was never pretty, like, growing up. And, you know, women are really valued for their beauty. So that was difficult for me, because I was like, wait, if I'm not born this way, I'm still not beautiful. Like, and I think that's a bigger, you know, theme for women in general. Like, what is beautiful? What is beauty? What's, like, why are we seeking it outside of ourselves? And why are we needing validation, especially obviously from, you know, for a lot of women, the opposite sex, from men. You know, they don't feel validated unless they're really accepted as being beautiful. And so that was very deep for me to go through, like all of my upbringing. Yeah.
So do you think because you were bullied and you felt you weren't beautiful, that made you turn on the masculine?
Probably that was part of it. And I knew that was part of it. I couldn't think of a moment.
Yeah.
I mean, there was some few. There was definitely one, what was his name? I can't remember. I block out people's names. But it was like 5th grade. I had a boy I had a crush on. And he was like making fun of me in front of the whole class.
Oh no.
I know. And I'm like, oh no.
Did you cry?
I think I cried later. I think in class I was just like shocked. Like, is this really happening right now? You know?
You remember his name you said, or you don't? We're going to find you,
buddy. No, he was fine. He was a child too. Like,
hopefully he might not have grown up. He might have turned into a bad boss.
That's his journey. You know, we have to like forgive people because they don't know, you know, even now, even like at this point in my life, it's, you know, sometimes it's very difficult. You know, people take things so personally, and it's a lot of times how people treat you is how they are. Because, you know, hurt people, right? Healed people, heal people. That saying.
Yeah, I used to be one of those people who have taken things personal a lot. They did this because of fucking whatever. And then I started to have more compassion for people, because a lot of times it's what they were taught or they're exposed to why they choose to do what they do. Whether say something to you, act a certain way. And I don't think they're right or wrong, because there's probably things I'll do that doesn't fit right with them. And I don't do it on a personal level. It's just my upbringing, my experiences that caused me or shaped me to move a certain way. So I think one thing I've learned is a lot of self-talk has helped me a lot with decision-making, getting through things. And I don't think we do enough of that, people. Self-talk. Kind of talking yourself off the ledge of certain things. If you want to react differently or move differently, you can tell yourself, hey, I want to be this kind of person, but it doesn't work like that. You're conditioned and already moving a certain way for so long. There's sometimes I got to tell myself, okay, this isn't about you. This isn't about you. Or they're not even purposely doing this.
Yeah.
I read a book about communication. And in the book, it said how something to work on is giving somebody the most benefit of a doubt with the most positive reasoning. for why they're acting the way they are. Whether they don't show up for something, don't call you when they say they would. Because sometimes we can create our own stories so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Not sometimes, a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you didn't come today, I could easily create a story. Her fucking ass don't give a fuck about me. She doesn't take my podcast serious, and make a whole story in my head and run with it.
Yeah.
We're quick to make stories. Whole time you're out front, your phone died and you don't know where to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I create a whole story in my head within seconds.
I know.
As opposed to thinking, okay, maybe she's just lost, or maybe she just running behind or whatever.
But even if I did,
even if you did what? Oh, if that was your mindset?
Even if I did say, oh, this podcast, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, what you think about yourself is what matters. Even if I'm coming at you and I'm like, Dorian, no, don't do this anymore.
Ooh, that's kind of tough, because then if I know that, I'm like, oh, so now you're disrespecting. Well, I guess I can change how I respond.
I mean, you have to
disrespect.
think, you want this podcast to be successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want more people to see it. You want more people to hear your message, because you have this very strong, powerful message from your own experience through life, and you want to share that. And you're going to have more eyes on you, right? And from that, you will invite more opinions, more perspectives, 100%. Right? And so you do have to, the more that you are seen, you have to be, crystallized within yourself that you know who you are. So it doesn't matter, even if someone's like, you suck. Which is difficult. It's difficult.
Shit. It kind of, not really. I've gotten it. Yeah, I've gotten it. A few episodes kind of got a lot of traction.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, people were saying crazy stuff, and I'm just like,
oh, really?
To me, all promo is good promo. I'm
course.
gonna engage with the content, the comment, and one person said, you should do more research because something.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, I have everybody's bio. What sense does it make for me to talk to you as though I know you and the audience doesn't? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when they said it, I'm like, okay, that's your opinion. Like, I know this person's whole bio, but I'm not going to talk to Pam in a way that I already know everything that the audience doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's my job to learn how to ask better questions to help you bring it out, whatever. And then people think they can podcast until they get in here and do it, and you'll see. It's more than just us talking. It's
a lot.
It is. You gotta, depending what your podcast is about. Mine isn't about gossip, latest topics, which is easy. You can just pull a topic up. Oh yeah, so and so happened and this and that. But when you're trying to get somebody to open up about their story and the willingness to get them to share, it's a little harder. Not harder, it's just more work.
It's a different frequency. It's a different intention.
Yeah, it's a different frequency.
Yeah.
No,
it's great. I mean, but also you're not doing something right if everyone agrees with you.
I don't want nobody to agree with me.
Yeah.
We fucking breaking down barriers.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's important. This is important work. I applaud you for having this and having the intention to connect on a deeper level with humans and really seeing people for who they are. So good job.
So I've been trying to figure out and I've been get the questions around it, but I'm trying to figure out, what was your trauma?
Oh, my trauma?
Yeah.
Oh, we kind of talked about it.
What, the bullying?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the main thing.
I think so.
I
think that was a lot of
let me ask you this then.
Because I still deal with it.
At what? Oh, okay.
I still deal with
not feeling beautiful?
I mean, I feel like all women go through that, but
okay.
Especially as you age, right? Because it's like now I'm in my 40s, which is a very different period than when I was in my 20s. And, it's so crazy because a lot of women can relate to this as you get older. And you don't want to do all the things. Like, I don't want to do Botox. I don't want to do fillers. I don't, I want to age naturally, but I also want to be beautiful. So it's like you start to get have a deeper relationship with yourself, because things are starting to sag and, and it's like, no, I love myself no matter what. And it's so crazy because you look back at Like I was going through photos of me in my 20s. I was like, wow, I was so hot. Why didn't I like think of myself as hot back then? Again, you don't know until, you get older. No, but I think the bullying thing, the deeper theme was, do I accept myself? Do I validate myself? Or am I finding validation outside of myself? And if you're always seeking in validations from outside of yourself, you will always get disappointed because you're going to have all these different perspectives and experiences. So when you have a strong foundation within yourself and a strong love for yourself, then nothing else matters. So it doesn't matter if you're telling me, oh, you suck, I don't believe in astrology and what you're doing is nonsense.
I didn't say that.
Well, people say that to me.
Yeah, sure, I hear it.
And that's okay. I'm like, that's fine. People want me to they come up to me and they say, convince me of what you do. And I'm like, I don't do that.
I was talking to somebody recently about this and I was like, man, it's such a crazy, maybe because I'm older and aware, but it just seems like there's so much right, wrong, and divide amongst people, whether it's religion, politics, sports, anything, and that other people are wrong because they're not with what you like or do.
Right.
And then they try to go and convince, like you just said, instead of just accepting, oh shit, that's what they on. You know what I mean? And then it's unfortunate. And I wish more people would just mind their own fucking business. Because that's what it comes down to, is like you're so worried about what she's doing with astrology. If like me, I'm not religious. I don't practice anything. But I respect other people who the Bible's their thing. They go to church every Sunday. If that's what's helping you get through this world, I support it. If you're a Mormon, you go door to door, whatever, Jewish, whatever religion, other religions there are. If that's what helps you be a good person, I'm all for it. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but that's how I perceive life. And that's how I see life. Like allowing people to do what makes them happy without your input. Because it don't have to be my way. My way is different than yours and vice versa. As long as you're not hurting kids, you're not a pervert, and you're not just, obviously not racist, but who gives a fuck?
Well, we're all expressions of God. And so we're going to see.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Hold up. I mean to cut you off. That was rude.
Okay.
But my podcast, I do what I want. No, that was very rude. I'm sorry. But when you said that, it triggered something I wanted to ask earlier.
Go ahead.
So you said you went atheist.
Yes.
At what point did you start bringing back in God into your life? Or how did that go?
Yeah, I would say A New Earth was a huge part of that, actually.
Oh, the book.
That was a big catalyst.
And that was by who?
Eckhart Tolle.
Good.
Yeah. Tolle.
However you say, I know what you mean. So what about it in that book brought it to you?
Oh, I just had this, and I've had this experience several times in different ways, but as I was reading in the book, I could just feel the frequency shift. And I was like, wow, I'm powerful. Like I am an expression of God. And that's when I started manifesting. That's when I manifested finding a job in Tokyo, Japan. And I was like, wow, this is wild. Like I literally made this happen. And I just started feeling the frequency. I don't know. All I can explain it with is it was a shift, a major shift for me. And it's not really things you can explain. You have to experience it yourself. Have you had one of those experiences when you're like, you realize how powerful you are? I mean, you envisioned the podcast and your life. I mean, I know you changed your life so drastically.
I'm trying to pinpoint it. I know the time frame. But when I fell from a 4-story window.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know when, I can't pinpoint an exact moment, but there were times where I'm just like, it was almost dangerous because it almost gave me a sense of I'm unstoppable, which I am, but I meant like almost invincible. I'll say that. Right? Like almost cocky, like the fuck I fell from
the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, like I fell from a 4-story window. You can't tell me shit. Like,
yeah.
Come on, dude. Let's go.
Yeah.
I wasn't extreme to the point where I'm gonna go, what's that guy's name? Evil Knievel. Like I'm not gonna do nothing like that. But a sense of fear did leave my body and more appreciation came in. Ooh, that was deep. Woo! Fear left my body as appreciation came in. That's a word. I love when it just comes out. Yeah. But jokes aside, that's really what it was. Like I had to sit back and really think about that. Like, even now, like if next time you go to a 4-story window, look, or building, look down.
I can't imagine.
Like I sometimes I'm rarely in buildings anymore like that. But when I am, and I'll look sometimes, I'm just like, damn, here I am with no major injuries, anything, that. And I've met people who fell lower distances and had way more traumatic results.
Yeah.
So during that period of time in the hospital and all that, that's kind of where I had a moment of like, I felt powerful as fuck. Then giving up alcohol. When I gave up alcohol, when I got to a certain point, I was just like, dude, I'm out here. Raw dogging life. Raw dogging. Oh, it's hard.
Yeah.
But it's good.
I know. I feel like the things that we're meant to learn, like obviously school is more, well, my personal belief is indoctrination, which, it sets us up to be in the system. We're not learning actually the things we need to learn through with life. And that's why I think a lot of people go to religion, because they're like taught how to like go through these moments, right? That's what a lot of religious structures are for, to create community and to help you go through life, right? But I think spirituality, it's not as confined. Like because I don't like rules. So that was an issue with me with religion. But yeah. What were you saying? I'm sorry. You
cut me off. It's rude.
Payback.
I don't. I'm going to edit all this shit out. I forgot.
Oops.
Oh, okay. So how's your dating life?
Oh.
The reason I'm asking.
Curveball. I did not expect you to ask me that.
Of course not. Nobody ever does. I'm curious.
I had a dating podcast for a year and a half so far.
Did you really?
Yeah. Not like this, but like me and my friend did it.
What was the basis of it?
It was called you can still find it on Spotify, Desert Dating Diaries. So me and my friend Abby, we're both single, going on dates. So we're always talking about it. So we're like, let's have a podcast. Now I am dating. And I don't really have a lot to say about that.
Multiple people?
I'm not trying to really. So for me, multiple people, yeah. I mean, if someone asks me out on a date, I'll go out with them. It's very casual. Yeah. I'm not. The reason I'm doing it is so I don't get burned out on work, to be honest with you. I'm not looking for a relationship, but I don't want to. I've been working like only recently, and I'm like, I need to like probably maintain a dating life, still hang out with my friends. So I was just finding myself working nonstop. So I'm meeting lots of lovely people, I haven't met anyone that's been serious, but yeah. I like meeting people.
The reason I ask is because of what you do spiritually wise and healing and birth charts and what was the other chart you did in Mind Generator?
Like the first thing I ask someone.
Yeah, so I'm like, does that go into the dating?
I mean, if someone is like so anti-spirituality and astrology, I don't think they're going to enjoy dating me because it's like all I talk
everything.
about.
Oh my God, 11/11. Let's, are you like that? I went on a date with somebody once and did that. Dog, no, not gonna work for me.
No,
I'm open to it. Like if you see it, but it was everything.
It was too much.
It was a random phone number on the bench. Oh my God, 333. I'm like, all right, dude. I get it,
She's
but
finding your angel numbers.
Yeah. If you look for it, you're gonna see it.
Yeah, I think for me the focus. That's true. Well, that's true for everything, right?
Yeah, like
everything's perception.
Like the saying when you talk about you never see a red Jeep until you buy one. So now you see it all the time. So if you're always looking for angels numbers,
you will find them.
The clock is right 2 times a day, right? Is that the saying? But anywho, go ahead.
That's fun. So yeah, it's not a focus for me, but if it happens, it happens. So we'll see.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Were you ever married or anything?
Mm-mm.
No. Kids?
Nope.
Do you want kids?
I'm not sure. I'm getting older, so my lifestyle, anything's possible. I'd be okay with children. I was dating my last relationship. He had a child, and I love that. I was like, oh, that's great.
the fuck?
No, I mean she was a great girl, like his daughter. So I was like, oh, it would be nice to like be part of this. But for my own children, it's possible, yeah. But it's not like a goal of mine. Yeah, I think for me, my focus is really my work and just living my life authentically for me. Yeah.
So you, in the sense, you help people, women. I know men too, but you help women find their divine energy. Why do you think women might not have it or lose it? Does that make sense?
Have it or
before they come to you, or through your experience, like what are some things that could cause it?
Well, we live in a mundane world. I mean, I don't look at it as mundane, but you know, if you're working like a job where you have to clock in and clock out and every day is kind of the same, and then you're like watching the media and you're getting overexposed to way too much information on social media, and you're like, I'm supposed to have this accomplished by now, but the world's burning, and you know, it's overwhelming, and you get caught up in that. And so for me, I'm like, okay, let's bring it back to you and like your life, and how are you making your life magical? What are you doing to manifest your reality, right? So finding the magic in the mundane and finding your own power, right? Like, it's important to connect with yourself every day. You know, I have my clients doing a lot of divine body ritual. So I work with rose frequency, which is the highest frequency flower, because everything has different energy levels, right? Okay. So out of all the flowers, rose is at its highest frequency out of all flowers. It resonates at 320 megahertz. And to give you perspective, humans resonate between 60 and 70. So stop and smell the roses is a true adage. Going back to my Bhavsha, who taught me to find money in roses. So when you smell a rose, you're actually like imbuing that energy into your frequency. So I have women work with rose oil and do like self-massage and just like giving yourself love and adoration. And that's part of it. Doing little altar work. So I'll have them create altars and like have a divine feminine. How can you bring in that divine energy within your own life in little rituals? So vision meditation, breathing exercises. Yeah. So how do they lose it? I don't know. Through conditioning, through the world. We don't live in a world that like really, like we don't have temples. You know, when I was living in Tokyo, you walk around, and in the east part of the world is so different from the west, right? But you walk in the middle of Tokyo and there's like 1,000-year-old temple in the middle of like skyscrapers.
Damn.
Yeah, that they protected. And then people are giving like offerings. I'm sorry?
Did you go inside?
A lot of times they're really small, so you don't even go inside. It's just like a moment that you stop and you pause to pray, or to remember that we're part of the divine, right? As opposed to just always achieving and like working and getting caught up in that mundane. So.
Yeah, you know, something you said was if we get caught up just clocking in and that's how it sounds. That's how it feels too. Yeah. And it's when you think about when I did have like a job like that. You know, you work your 5 days, you wake up, boom, you get to work mode. You go to work. By the time you get off, you have minimal, people who work 40 hours a week, they have minimal time to do things for themselves because your off day or off time is commute, cooking, laundry. Your weekends, you're catching up on things you can't do during the week. Like laundry, cooking, groceries, cleaning, maybe see your friends, and then never real. Some people may, but I think a lot of people don't have enough them time. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Because you're spending your 40 hours during the week working. Now your free time, you want to do it with people and be out kind of to escape and get decompressed instead of just being to yourself, decompressing solo and connecting with yourself, like you said, rubbing down in rose oil. I don't know. Whatever it is to you, whatever it means to you, you know what I mean? Like, being alone. I think I love the idea of being alone sometimes.
I love being alone. I know. And that's why I think I would never be able to be in a 9-to-5 because of that. And even when you're working for yourself and you have your own business, you're working a lot, but then you can also like figure out your schedule from there too. I mean, I don't know you have to figure out what's right for you. Some people love the security of 9-to-5, and that's great. We need it, for at least the time being.
But that's the thing. They love just the security of it, but they don't really love what they do.
Yeah.
And some might like what they love what they do. I'm not going to get knocked back because I've met people and I know they love like what they do. They enjoy it. I have a friend like that. She loves her job, what she does. But sometimes I wonder, like, if you took away that money and they cut your salary by a quarter or half, would you still want to do it? I know I would. I was doing the job I do now. I was doing it for free for years, not years, but for a good amount of time. I would still do it.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're right. Time, people don't have enough of it. And it's like, how are you utilizing your life? Like, what are you putting your energy into every day?
When you decided, or you opened the cocktail bar with your sister, what ultimately made you, damn, gotta get that out slow. What ultimately made you decide to step away?
So there were aspects of my business that I truly loved. And then there were aspects of it that were very difficult for me. And it was always this like push and pull. And aspects that I loved were design and concept and all of the creation. Like we made a really creative cocktail menu. We became really known. We changed the neighborhood. We changed the trajectory of the arts district. Like the arts district was not what it was when we opened. People were all down here. Well, we're on East Fremont. and so now it's completely different.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't understand. Before I opened the bar, I had no idea. I'd never managed people before. I didn't really work in the service industry. So that was a huge, education for me too. So as I was getting older, I was always doing the spiritual work. Anytime I traveled, I was going to a retreat or I was doing a training or I was doing something to expand my knowledge. And like I spent a month in India, like 2 years after we opened. So I was like, I need to go to India and study Kriya Yoga. And so for me, I was like getting older and I was like, okay, is this something I want to continue with? Is this the lifestyle that I want? Because there is a lifestyle with owning a cocktail bar, right? It's later nights. And then COVID happened, of course, which was very challenging. And I think just a lot of things changed. And I realized, as I'm getting older, is this something I want to continue to do? And I had a conversation with my sister, something I was thinking about for a while. And then finally it was made clear to me, like, it's time to move on. So.
Was it hard?
Yeah, incredibly hard. Incredibly. Yeah. Yeah, it's something, I poured 13 years into. It was my whole identity. It's what people knew me as. And it's interesting because, I grew up here. So there's different pockets of people. Like there's people that know me through the bar industry. And then there's other people that know me only like through yoga or Reiki or astrology. So it's not everyone knows me from that, but it was a huge part of my identity. Yeah.
Was it hard to let that go? The identity?
Yes.
And find the new one?
Yes. 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 Yeah. But it's different now. It was hard, I think, in the beginning. And now I'm like, okay, I see this now. Yeah. It's dissolved a lot, mostly dissolved.
I don't know. I believe life has the seasons, right? You just go through and, or at least for some people, there's some people who I can still see to this day, they're still the same person I knew however long ago. I'm like, damn, you ain't changed a little bit? Shit, gain weight or something, do something different, Yeah, because I definitely had the identity shift when I went from drinking, being the life of the party, to now the sober speaker, coach, podcast person. I'm not a huge fan of labels and titles of things, right?
Yeah.
I kind of just like to see myself as a person just doing things without being stuck into a box. And I don't know.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. That's why people are like, what do you do? And I say priestess because I'm a spiritual guide, but I have so many modalities. But if I was just to say I'm an astrologer, I don't feel like that's an accurate portrayal either.
Guide, I like that better.
Or a healer. Yeah. So
healer,
for me,
that's good too.
Yeah.
That's why even for myself, I like to just say wellness coach as opposed to just fitness trainer or just this, that. Because it's just, I try to help people overall, not just physically, but even mentally with my clients.
Yeah. It's all connected.
And it's women, so it's emotionally too. Shit.
Do you only work with women?
Currently, yes. I mean, I have one male client. Okay. I've known him for a long time, though. He's like a buddy, but I'm open to training men also, but just women have just been easier for me.
Do you work with them according to their menstrual cycles? Have you tried that?
No. I've been doing it for almost 4 years now, and it wasn't until maybe 2.5, 3 years in to where I even had a client say, for the longest, I never even knew they were on the cycle, some of them.
That might be interesting because the energy is such a fluctuation, right?
I mean,
men have a 24-hour cycle.
Now I don't ask, but they'll come in. A lot of my clients are comfortable with me.
Are they older?
Most, at least, no, not older. The youngest are 27.
Okay.
Oldest 40s, early 40s.
Oh, I was going to say if they're in their.
But a lot of them are more open to it, and I'd like to know because then it depends on what we're going to do that day. Like if you're just started and that's your hardest day, I'm not going to have you hip thrust with a bar on your pelvis, or I'm not going to expect you to lift what you did a few weeks ago, if your energy level's down. So I definitely like to know, and I adjust the workouts accordingly.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they'll let me know where they're at.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting. Each woman's different.
Like
some period just start and they're good. Some they're dying. They need to just do minimal today.
Yeah.
And then so on and so forth. So it's just quite interesting, the human body.
Yeah.
But I think training only women is preparing me for my future, wife or whatever happens.
Wait, are you dating? Are you with someone?
What?
I'm going to switch it.
What is this about?
I'm interviewing you now.
This is not how that works. This is not the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh.
And it's hold on, what? Because think about this. I'm dealing with 10, 15 different personalities.
I know.
And I have to figure out how to maneuver and manage all these
Wait, you have 15 clients?
Roughly 10 to 15.
Oh, okay,
yeah, and it's different.
Oh, wow, you're busy. Are
different ages.
You see them like 3 a day or more than that?
Every person's different. Usually most come 2-3 times a week.
Okay.
So I see a few, some in the same hour, some different hours, some on weekends. But it's just, I love it. It's an art. You have to learn how to communicate to them, different races, ages, personalities. I've been lucky enough though to I'll say that I've had, I don't know if it's manifestation, the secret, I don't know, but most of my clients, they're like perfectly fit for me. Personality wise.
Yeah, I love that.
Sense of humor, like everything works. Like I have very dark sense of humor sometimes. Like I've watched The Office and you haven't. Yeah.
I love The Office. Yeah.
So yeah, like that kind of situation. That's really what it's like sometimes training with them.
Yeah.
And they're worse than me sometimes. Not worse in a bad way, but with their humor. And I'm like, oh shit. But I've been lucky enough to have
well, we can manifest our clients, right?
Probably.
And that's why it's a good idea to think when you are working with certain people, who do I want to work with? Yeah, you think what do I need? What would be the right energy? So that's perfect. Yeah, that's great.
Manifesting the right people, baby.
Yeah, we manifest everything. Sorry, I keep hitting this.
It's okay. What do you have coming up in October?
So October 10th, I have the
If you want to look at the camera here and tell it.
The Pink Portal. Oh, right here.
Yeah, tell it everything.
I was looking at myself.
It's your time to shine.
Okay, so on October 10th, I have the Pink Portal that I'm co-hosting with the worthy woman, my friend Portia, that was on your podcast earlier this year. And we're hosting a divine feminine gathering of women. We're doing an astrology-based dinner, and we're going through different ways of manifesting and how to live a mystical life. So that is October 10th, and tickets are available on my website. And you can follow me at Pamela_the Priestess.
I'm going to add it all to the description of this podcast. So send me that link.
I will.
I'll put it in the description so when they see this, they can go boom, boom, buy their ticket.
Appreciate it.
What is a quote you live by and why?
Yeah. Many quotes, but I always go back to be the change you want to see, as cliche as it is. I love this quote because anytime I think, oh, I wish that person was this way, or I wish the situation was like this, I ask myself, well, am I presenting that? Am I going through life this way as well? So it's really important that we take personal accountability in our lives so we can create the life we want to see and see it expressed in the world.
Ooh.
Yes.
Real good dramatic effect. Is there any... What advice would you give yourself? I'm thinking of an age for you.
Okay.
Pivotal time. What advice would you give yourself when you decided to leave the bar?
I knew you were going to ask me this question.
Did you really?
Yes.
Did you manifest that shit?
I think I did.
Because I just made that up now.
I thought about you asking me this question. That's so funny. Yeah, this is like super deja vu.
Whoa. Is it 333?
And I was like, what would I? Is it 333? Stop. Oh gosh.
Is
okay.
Mercury on Gatorade? I need to know if she on that power. You know what I mean? We can't be.
Mercury's in the microwave right now. That's what someone else said. So for sure, you should always be cultivating the life you want. So even though the life that was a period for what I wanted, I was still cultivating other things. So like I said, I was always exploring. I was always traveling and doing different spiritual retreats. So I think always have the life you want in different forms. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Like diversify your life. And that's with everything. And so I didn't know it at the time, but everything up until that point was preparing me for leaving. I never thought I'd work spirituality full time. I never had that idea. Maybe in some of my wildest dreams, I was like, oh, I can make this happen. And it's scary because you're leaving an industry that you know very well and that you're very successful at, and you're going into something very new that is going to really stretch you and challenge you. And you have to evolve and you have to up level, which is not easy. So you have to have a strong belief in yourself. So no matter what, you will be supported by the universe, but you also need to believe in yourself and you need to just go for it. You can't do anything like 50%, even 80%. Like you have to be 100% in as well.
Damn, Pam. Dropping them gems, girl. Let's go. Add motivational speaker to your healing process.
We're in the portal.
Yeah, there we go. The dome. Namaste. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dorian. Thank you
for coming on here, making the time. You might really like my friend Diana. She's very, you just would like her, I think. I don't know. Just the energy and the vibe of what you guys are on. She's, I think she's a shaman now.
Oh.
She went through and she goes to Peru and has a shaman and very much sound bowl healer. So she hosts events.
Yeah.
I'll send your Instagram once we get done with this.
Yeah, please do.
Any last words? Anything else they need to know about you?
Oh gosh, just live a magical life.
Oh,
find the magic in the mundane.
Oh,
333-111.
Find the magic in the mundane. That's a word right there. You didn't realize that. Put that on your Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm put on mine. Fuck it.
You can take it.
All right, I'm gonna leave you guys with the seed of the day. Growth happens the moment you stop running from your pain. Do not be scared of who you used to be. Be excited about who you're about to become. Woo! That one came off the top of the head.
It's a good one.
That just came off the top of the head.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, are you reading something?
No, that
Wow.
one. The,
Dorian.
I have my moments. 2 words. Keep growing.